It's confirmed now, the cape you'll unlock from the Eerie Mojang office event is going to be the Eyeblossom one. How do you unlock it though? Well, you complete challenges of course. Today I'll be answering your big questions about the cape and then giving a guide on how to do the required challenges, including winning all of the minigames. Here's my number one on the leaderboards to prove I know something about that, and here are all of the challenges that I've completed. But first things first, what's the point in doing these challenges yourself if you're in Java where there is no cape, right? Actually wrong, we've had it confirmed by Mark Watson here, a Minecraft employee, that the cape will work on Java 2, but you will have to restart your launcher after you've confirmed you've earned it in Bedrock. So complete the challenges, earn the cape in Bedrock, and then you can have it on Java as well. But do you actually get a new cape? I mean, it was going to be a cape that you had to buy originally, so are they actually implementing it in time for literally a few days time from now? Well, the answer is that yes, they have data mined it, and the cape is inside of the Bedrock game files right now, so we have no good reason to believe that you wouldn't be able to get it. Also, I'm Neutral Edits asked if his skin isn't working on the server, is that normal? And yes, actually, this is a Bedrock server event, and so they really lock down what you can do on the servers because any child can join on their phone anytime, and so you can't type anything in chat in case you say something crazy, you can't use any custom skins in case they are obscene, and so if your skin is personally uploaded, you'll just be set to the default Steve or something like that, which I think is absolutely fascinating. Rachel asked, is the cape edible? And the answer is no. I do not like that the default skins blinked, by the way. That makes me very uncomfortable on Bedrock. But did you know the Eerie soup is edible, and you can drink this and it will make a little cloud. It's a new thing just for the event, and I guess that's nice, I guess. Look how spooky it is. Speaking of spooky, what is the intent of the stickers? So this is the sticker book that you'll get, and you need to complete these challenges to get the cape, especially the daily ones, which make up the last two stickers in the book. By the way, I have to answer the question of, are you on the Mojang payroll now? And this is a funny one I get. If I say literally anything positive about Minecraft, people are like, oh, you're defending the big company? You must be paid by them. And it's funny, because I literally was going on a big campaign about how dumb it was that they were about to sell paid capes, and that happened literally in the last week. But it's 2024, so the concept of nuance is dead. I just think we should all be slightly less tribalistic, and if you are contributing to that, then really consider what you're doing, look at yourself in the mirror, and question why you don't have an Eyeblossom cape yet. And the answer is you need to log on for each of the first 5 days to do the daily challenge to do that. However, here's the interesting thing. Each day at 6 PM UK time, Mojang is going to announce a brand new challenge that we can do on the server. However, you can do any of the previous day's challenges at the exact same time. So you can log in each day just to stay on top of it, but you can also just log on day 5 and you can do everything then. So if you're watching this video and you haven't joined the server yet, you actually don't need to till Friday, and then you could get it all done in one bish bash bong, which is what I would recommend to Java players watching this, pro tip. However, we don't know exactly what the challenges are right now. I'll list them in the description as we do know. However, I think we can be fairly certain that the stickers have something to do with them, because usually when you do these weird miscellaneous challenges, you get some form of reward on the server, but there is absolutely none for doing any of these. It's just a collectible in a book, except looking at day 1's challenge, which is to go to each of the 4 areas. I think the goal is to get you to interact with every piece of content, and so I imagine one of the challenges, if not day 5 itself, will be for collecting all of the stickers. That might prove to be horribly wrong, and this might be a guide in futility, but the assumption is that this is the way that you can get all of the stickers and be pre-ready for day 5. So let's go through how you get every single sticker, because I did get them all. Okay, this can seem pretty daunting when you look at just how many there are, but the truth is it's actually really simple, because the majority are just earned by playing the minigames, and most of the minigames are kind of fun, and so go in there, get it done, and most of it's simple, except for the dropper being the main exception, where I did have an incredible run, but it took a little bit of a while to get there, so we'll talk about it. But yeah, as well as doing the minigames, you also have to do these things. To earn engineer, you have to be in the mob department, and you need to reach the top of the redstone different engine. This is the giant parkour that is just to the right of the entrance, and it's, again, simple enough for most people, but on mobile you might struggle. Then there is the Hot Shot achievement, which is for being in the lobby and jumping on this roller coaster, and then you have to pop 12 balloons. You get so many snowballs that I'd be surprised if you didn't do this on the first or second go. Ultimately, there's only 12, and you can spend a long time here remembering where they are because they do respawn. It reminds me a lot of the Super Mario Sunshine level where you're at the theme park having to use FLUDD to shoot on the roller coaster. Anyway, the other important thing is that there is also a Typist achievement. This is earned for pressing a single button on a keyboard, which if you're playing on PC, you have to press a lot of buttons to get there, so arguably that's a false description. And then there is the Bug Catcher, which is for doing another parkour. I like these parkours, but I felt like they were significantly underdeveloped, again, partially because they have to be completed by someone playing on mobile for the first time, but also I just felt like there could be something more in there, and there is one unique thing, which is what the Mojang key is used for, but we'll come back to that after we talk about the Master of Games, which is for getting 3 stars in each of the minigames. There are 4 minigames, 1 for each department, and at the very top we have the Ideas Vault, which is meant to be the physical representation of the Ideas Library, I guess, and so you find all of the old mob votes, and they're all kind of dead and looking like ghosts, which is a big contrast to previous Minecraft Live vote servers, where they're like, yeah, we're coming to the game one day. Now they are ghosts that you find, and you've got to not be distracted by them, but as long as you do this, you'll get both of the stickers for completing this on the first try, as well as getting 3 stars without too much hassle, in my opinion. Then we've got the Biomes Labs, where you have to do a dropper. There are no other stickers to be obtained here. There are some biomes that you can look around, and you'll find some coins here, but the coins are kind of worthless. This is a Minecraft server problem in general, that they always give you these worthless little trinklets that you can connect, but in this case it's like, yeah, you can get literally 20 times that many for doing a single dropper, so why would you? But what I do like is if you go down over here, you'll find a fun pun, because instead of the Badlands biome that we already have in Minecraft, they made the Goodlands biome, and I think that's funny, if nothing else. It's a good joke, but has no meaning because, again, it was made by a third-party company, which is why I'm also upset. You know, if we can just take a second to go back to the Ideas Vault, go through the little teleportation process and generate a whole different server for a second, they make a really fun reference like they were going to be able to share something with us, because as you just saw, they reference all of the old mob vote winners, but now they're mob vote ghosts. But Jeb specifically says, here you will find the ideas that never made it into Minecraft, as well as the works in progress for the new game drop. That's very exciting. The works in progress for the new game drop. Where do we see that? I want to see that. Was this server meant to release a while ago, or like at the same time or before the Pale Garden? I don't know. It could be that that's what it means by work in progress, but it sounds like they're revealing the work in progress for the next game drop. Is that one of these guys? Is the penguin the work in progress? Okay, sorry, rant over. I think we now have to talk about how you do the dropper, because it's actually quite simple. Okay, this seems really hard, but let me give you my best tips that I picked up after doing this a dozen or so times. So you want to start from this side right here. This will give you the best chance and the easiest way forward, and you want to also keep in mind something useful, which is if you're about to hit slime blocks, as we might have just been right there, you want to make sure that you're crouching, because Minecraft have changed how slime blocks work, at least on Bedrock. I'm pretty sure on Java too, but they've changed it so slime blocks will no longer bounce you up for no longer not bounce you up for pressing space on them or pressing jump on them, but instead you have to crouch or shift key or right stick down. And so to show you that right here, here's the difference it makes between crouching and not. I'm going to jump down and hit this. I'm going to spend a full 2 seconds in the sky, whereas if I use the crouch, I immediately stop. So that means if you think you're going to hit a wall, I recommend crouching and then just uncrouching as soon as you've hit it, so you can go down the gap. This will save you a substantial amount of time, as you can see right here. And yeah, 15 seconds is very hard. That's the amount you need to get the achievement here. It's kind of redundant that there's a sticker for getting 3 stars on this, then a sticker for getting 3 stars and everything. But if you do it too slowly, you only get 1 star. So make sure you go fast. It might take a bunch of attempts. Maybe you could make it go faster by... Should I drink the mystery potion? Do you think that will help me? That did not help me in the slightest. You could drink the speed boosts, maybe. But yeah, you're going to be it takes some time. But at least you'll pick up a ton of coins along the way, I guess. So next up on our stack is the Mob Factory, and this is by far the most annoying minigame. I feel like every Minecraft server has minigames now, and that's kind of fun. And there's always one where you're like, who thought this was a fun idea? However, you know, it does have that little reference that we've kind of referenced a few times here, because look, here's a creeper, a skeleton with a witch hat, and an iron golem. So they reference that maybe we can get a preview at their upcoming drop. Here in an entirely different minigame, we have what clearly needs to come to Minecraft. It is the bee golem. As you can see, bees are not strong enough to defend themselves, but Mojang loves bees so much that they made a bee golem. But the point is you have to correct Minecraft's mob factory. Sometimes it makes good skeletons, sometimes it makes bad ones, and you have to kill the ones that are bad, which feels really rude now that I say it out loud, but that's the point of this minigame. You do have to play it with people, which really sucks because people are the worst, but it's a thing you gotta do anyway. Keep that in mind. Finally, we get to the QA department where you squash bugs. This is started by speaking to Agnes at her PC over here. You start the game, you get a hammer, and you have to use that hammer to hit bugs. This actually is quite parkour dependent, so again, keep in mind it might be challenging if you are playing on input devices that you're not that familiar with, but you just run around squishing bugs, and you only have to get about 500 points or so, and that will be enough. If that seems hard, because every bug only gives you 10 points, well, squishing bugs that are green will give you 10 seconds, so if you hit enough green bugs, you can kind of get infinite time. Like, there's a green bug up here. I'm gonna run over to it, I'm gonna squish it, and I get as much time back as it took me to get there, plus 10 points. Also keep in mind that sometimes you'll see yellow bugs around here, and in the same way that it's more satisfying to kill a silverfish than an endermite, it's much more satisfying to get those, and you'll get more points in exchange, 50 instead of 10. You can, again, I'm gonna try and get up there and get this one, and 50 points for me makes it very worth my time, and what's the point in having time if you don't use it for that? Although, again, if you need more time, you can always find so much more. There are lots and lots of points to be had, and it's an easy game to get free stars on if you're good at things. But if you're not, just ask someone in your life who is good at running and jumping things with a hammer at the same time. You have a great time. Hey, look at that. Free stars. Now, check your sticker book, and at this point, you should have done it. If for some reason you haven't, you can check the book back and you can make sure, but the only ones you shouldn't have are this, for completing 3 daily challenges, impossible at time of releasing this video, and then also, when you complete the 5th daily challenge, you'll also get a special reward. This has been confirmed by this image to be the cape. Woo, very exciting. So the only other thing that I guess the server has that's of interest is that you also have this office key, and the office key is useful in the QA department. If you go halfway up the parkour, there is an iron golem that won't let you in without it. If you want to see what that looks like, you can drop it on the ground temporarily. He literally kicks you out of the area. If you go in, you'll be able to see this weird CCTV, and that seems to be about all for the Easter egg, but one of those CCTV images is pointing to this wall in particular with the creaking, and I went there, and there seems to be some weird messages on the wall. And so there's one little hope for what might be one of the challenges of the day, but hopefully is a fun Easter egg. What happens if we take this enchantment table text and translate it? Well, I'll go do that now. Okay, so here it is, the grand reveal of the translations, and XBEXHBENQKU. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but maybe if we combine this with the next translation, CFRYV. Okay, there's no way you can make any sense from this. And so, yeah, their hero is a troll, or they didn't know what they were doing, and the fact that it happens to be enchantment table language is a fun thing. But unlike the Minecraft movie, there's no secrets in this one, sadly, except for the Eyeblossom cape, which you can get in a few days' time. Again, we'll leave a note in the description, and if anyone has any troubles, let me know in the comments down below. And otherwise, I just want to give one little plug to my Reddit before the end of the video, because lots of people have been posting fun variants of the Toy Cats Let's Play house they've been building there. But if you have any long-term survival world builds that you're proud of, please do share them, because we recently renovated and changed some things over there. I think you'd appreciate joining it. Speaking of joining things, thank you for joining this video. Please do consider subscribing if you want to see more of them, and turn on those notifications, because otherwise I'll see you tonight for the live stream. Goodbye.